God wants you to be with this person, the name will shock you. My child, come closer and listen carefully, not with your ears, but with your spirit, because this message is not random and this moment is not ordinary. I am not speaking to everyone. I am speaking to you. Yes, you. The one who paused. The one who felt something stir inside the chest when these words appeared. You have been asking quietly, sometimes without words, sometimes with tears, who is truly meant to walk beside you. You have wondered if the connection you feel is real or just your heart hoping again. And today, I am answering you in a way that may surprise you. I know the names you have whispered in silence. I know the names you tried to forget. I know the name you told yourself you were finally over. But my child, listen to me now. The person I am guiding you toward is not who your logic expects. It is not who others have suggested. It is not who fits neatly into the plans you once made. And that is why the name will shock you. You have been looking forward, searching ahead, assuming your future must come from somewhere new. But sometimes destiny is not ahead of you. Sometimes it is quietly standing in a place you already know. Sometimes it is hidden behind timing, behind misunderstandings, behind distance, behind fear. I have been watching the way your heart reacts when a certain presence comes into your awareness. You feel calm and unsettled at the same time. You feel seen, yet unsure. That is because this connection is not shallow. It is not based only on attraction or comfort. It is spiritual. It is karmic. It is purposeful. And that is why it has not been easy. My child, the person I want you to be with has crossed your path for a reason that goes far beyond romance. This connection was designed to awaken parts of you that had been asleep. To teach you boundaries. To teach you self-worth. To teach you discernment. And now, as you stand stronger than before, the purpose of this bond is shifting. What once brought confusion is ready to bring clarity. What once brought distance is ready to bring understanding. But before union can happen, truth must surface. The name that will shock you is connected to unfinished energy. Someone you thought the chapter had closed with. Someone you believed was not aligned with your growth anymore. Someone you may have released, blocked, or emotionally buried. Yet my child, just because something goes quiet does not mean it is over. I have been working behind the scenes, softening hearts, rearranging intentions, breaking pride, and exposing illusions. The reason this person keeps returning to your thoughts is not weakness. It is alignment calling itself back into balance. Do not confuse this with obsession or attachment. This is recognition. Souls recognize what the mind tries to deny. And I know you have tried to deny it. You told yourself it was timing. You told yourself it was distance. You told yourself you deserved something easier. And you do deserve peace. But peace does not always come from avoidance. Sometimes it comes from resolution. Hear me clearly now. This does not mean you must chase. This does not mean you must beg. This does not mean you must lower yourself. If this connection is meant to be, it will come toward you in truth, not confusion. In action, not silence. In clarity, not guessing. I am not asking you to do anything right now except remain open and grounded. The revelation will not come from you forcing it. It will come naturally, through conversation, through a message, through a moment that cannot be ignored. The shock will not be just the name. The shock will be the realization of why this person was always different. Why the bond never felt replaceable. Why no matter how much time passed, something remained unresolved inside you. That unresolved feeling was not meant to torture you. It was meant to prepare you. My child, I am not bringing this message to confuse you or trap you in the past. I am bringing it to free you from uncertainty. Whether this path leads to reunion, healing, or final closure, you will no longer walk in confusion. You will walk in truth. And truth always restores power to the one who listens. Stay still. Stay observant. Do not speak before clarity arrives. The name will come to you clearly, without effort, without fear. And when it does, you will understand why everything had to unfold the way it did. I am guiding this. I have not abandoned you. And I will not lead you into something that diminishes your worth. What is meant for you will meet you at your level, not pull you back into pain. Trust me. The timing is aligning. The revelation is near. And when the name is revealed, you will not panic. You will feel calm. Because deep down, your soul already knows. My child, remain with me a little longer. Do not rush this moment. When truth begins to unfold, the soul needs stillness to receive it fully. You have spent so much time questioning yourself, wondering why certain feelings never completely left, why certain connections never truly faded no matter how hard you tried to move forward. You thought strength meant forgetting. You thought healing meant cutting everything off and never looking back. But I want you to understand something deeper now. Healing is not always erasing. Sometimes healing is understanding why something existed in the first place. The person whose name will shock you is not a coincidence, not an accident, not a mistake in your story. They were placed on your path as a mirror. A mirror to show you your depth. A mirror to reveal your fears. A mirror to awaken parts of your heart that were dormant. That is why this connection felt intense. That is why it felt confusing. That is why it did not follow normal rules. Ordinary connections fade easily. This one did not, because it was never ordinary. You may have asked me in frustration, why would you allow someone into my life who brought uncertainty? And my child, I did not allow uncertainty to hurt you. I allowed it to teach you discernment. Before this connection, you gave freely without limits. You trusted without listening to your intuition. You loved without protecting your own heart. Through this bond, you learned where your boundaries begin. You learned the value of silence. You learned when to step back instead of chasing clarity from someone who was not yet ready to give it. That lesson has already strengthened you more than you realize. Now listen carefully. The reason the name will shock you is because you believed you had already closed that door. You convinced yourself you were done. You told yourself you had outgrown them. And in many ways, you have. You are not the same person you were when this connection first appeared. You are wiser now. Calmer. More grounded. And that is exactly why the energy is shifting. When growth happens on one side, the balance of the connection changes. What once felt heavy now has the potential to become honest. But do not misunderstand me. I am not promising a fairy tale. I am promising truth. If this person returns, it will not be in the same way as before. Masks cannot survive in your presence anymore. Games will not hold your attention. Half-effort will not satisfy your spirit. And if they cannot meet you in clarity, the shock will turn into closure instead of union. Either outcome is a gift. Because both free you. My child, there is a reason you stopped trying to force answers. There is a reason you became quieter. There is a reason you started choosing peace over emotional chaos. That was preparation. You were being prepared to receive truth without losing yourself. In the past, you might have blamed yourself. You might have begged for explanations. You might have compromised your needs just to keep the connection alive. That version of you no longer exists. And that is why the revelation is approaching now, not before. The person connected to this message has also been changing. Not in the same visible way, but internally. Guilt has been working on them. Reflection has been stirring. The avoidance they once relied on has become uncomfortable. Silence has stopped feeling safe. They are being pushed toward honesty, whether they like it or not. And honesty always reveals true intention. You will see clearly whether their heart is aligned with growth or still trapped in fear. Do not fear the shock. Shock does not always mean pain. Sometimes shock is recognition. Sometimes it is the moment when everything finally makes sense. When you realize why no one else ever quite replaced them. Why comparisons never felt fair. Why something inside you always paused when thinking of that name. That pause was not weakness. It was awareness waiting for the right moment. I want you to remember this. You are not here to save anyone. You are not here to wait endlessly. You are not here to accept confusion as love. If this person steps forward with truth, consistency, and accountability, then healing can unfold slowly, honestly, without pressure. If they do not, you will not crumble. You will simply understand. And understanding brings peace that chasing never could. The reason I am revealing this now is because you are finally ready to hear it without fear controlling your reaction. You no longer need certainty to feel secure. You no longer need validation to know your worth. You are anchored within yourself. That is power. That is why the outcome no longer defines you. You will choose from strength, not longing. My child, pay attention in the coming days. Not to signs you force, but to shifts you feel. A message that arrives unexpectedly. A conversation that feels different in tone. A moment where truth almost spills out. Do not interrupt it. Let it unfold. Truth has its own rhythm. When it comes, you will feel steady, not anxious. Calm, not desperate. That is how you will know it is real. And if the name that comes surprises you, do not judge yourself. The heart does not hold on without reason. But also do not abandon yourself. You are no longer the one who waits in uncertainty. You are the one who stands in clarity. Whatever happens next will respect that. I am guiding this process gently. I am not rushing it. I am not delaying it. Everything is aligning exactly as it should. Trust the timing. Trust your intuition. Trust the growth you have earned through pain and patience. You did not go through everything for nothing. Stay open, but grounded. Hopeful, but discerning. Loving, but firm. What is meant for you will never require you to shrink, to beg, or to doubt yourself. And when the truth fully reveals itself, you will not feel lost. You will feel free. Remain still, my child. The revelation is closer than you think. And when it arrives, you will understand why it could only come now, when you were strong enough to receive it without breaking that. My child, stay with me. Do not let your mind wander ahead of your spirit. When something sacred is unfolding, impatience becomes noise. You have learned patience the hard way, through silence that tested you, through unanswered questions that stretched your faith. And because you endured without losing your heart, I am now speaking more clearly. This part is deeper. This part is quieter. This part is where truth settles, not like a storm, but like a weight finally put down. You must understand this clearly. The reason this person's name still carries energy for you is not because you are meant to suffer or repeat old patterns. It is because there was unfinished truth, not unfinished love. Many people confuse the two. Love can end. Truth cannot be buried. Truth waits. It waits until the soul is strong enough to face it without begging for a different outcome. And now you are there. There was a time when you would have chased clarity. You would have replayed words, searched meanings, overanalyzed silences. You would have asked yourself what you did wrong, what you could fix, what you could change to make them stay, speak, choose. But look at you now. You no longer twist yourself to be understood. You no longer abandon your intuition to preserve connection. That is not coincidence. That is growth I cultivated within you when you thought nothing was happening. The person connected to this revelation felt your shift. Even if they could not name it, they felt it. When you stopped reaching, when you stopped explaining, when you stopped reacting the same way, something inside them became uneasy. Because energy always responds to truth. They could no longer rely on your availability to avoid their own accountability. And that is when reflection began, whether they wanted it or not. My child, do not romanticize this moment. This is not about destiny forcing reunion. This is about destiny demanding honesty. If this person comes forward, it will not be because you waited long enough. It will be because they reached a point where silence hurt more than truth. And that difference matters. Because anything built from guilt collapses. Anything built from clarity has a chance to stand. I want you to hear this gently. You are not guaranteed an outcome, but you are guaranteed alignment. Alignment means that whatever unfolds will match who you are now, not who you were then. If the truth leads to reconnection, it will feel grounded, slow, respectful. No confusion. No guessing. No emotional whiplash. If the truth leads to closure, it will not feel like loss. It will feel like relief. Either way, you win peace. The shock of the name will come from realization, not surprise alone. You will suddenly see the entire journey differently. You will understand why certain lessons could only come through that person. Why your boundaries had to be forged there. Why your voice had to be strengthened there. Why your intuition had to be sharpened there. Some souls are not meant to stay forever. Some are meant to activate you. And activation is not gentle. It is precise. You once wondered why it had to hurt to learn. Why growth demanded tears. Why love felt like a battlefield. My child, not all battles are meant to be won externally. Some are meant to awaken the warrior within. And now you no longer fight to be chosen. You stand knowing your value whether chosen or not. That shift changes everything. If this person reaches out, notice how your body responds. Not your thoughts. Your body. Peace will feel calm, not anxious. Alignment will feel steady, not intoxicating. You will not feel the urge to rush, explain, or overgive. You will feel present. That presence is your compass now. Follow it. And if they do not reach out, understand this. Silence will no longer feel like rejection. It will feel like confirmation. Confirmation that what you sensed was real. Confirmation that your intuition was guiding you toward self-respect, not abandonment. Confirmation that you did not imagine the imbalance. That clarity is power. My child, you have reached a place where you no longer need answers to survive. You want answers to understand. And understanding does not bind you. It liberates you. That is why this message is arriving now, not earlier. Earlier, answers would have chained you to hope. Now, answers will free you from uncertainty. There is also something else I want you to know. The person connected to this name has their own crossroads. Their fear has been challenged. Their excuses are thinning. Their inner conflict has reached a point where something must give. But their journey is not your responsibility. You are not here to carry their courage for them. You are here to honor your own truth. You may feel moments of nostalgia rising. Let them pass. Nostalgia is memory without context. Context brings wisdom. Do not confuse who they were with who they are now, or who they could become with who they choose to be. Pay attention to choice. Choice reveals character more than words ever will. You are no longer here to be an option, a backup, or a question mark. You are here to be met. Fully. Clearly. Honestly. And anything that cannot meet you there will naturally fall away without effort from you. That is how alignment works. You do not force it. You allow it. The coming days will not be loud. Do not expect dramatic signs. Expect subtle clarity. A feeling of certainty. A calm knowing. A release of tension you have carried for too long. That release is not you giving up. It is you trusting yourself at last. I am proud of how you held yourself together when no one saw the struggle. I am proud of how you chose dignity over desperation. I am proud of how you learned to sit with unanswered questions without losing your softness. That softness, protected by boundaries, is your greatest strength. Stay present. Stay grounded. Do not write stories ahead of time. Let reality reveal itself. When the name becomes clear, when the truth arrives, you will not need my voice to guide you. You will hear your own inner knowing clearly, confidently, without fear. And remember this, my child. What is meant for you will never require you to betray yourself. What is aligned with you will never thrive in secrecy. What is real will meet you in the light, not keep you guessing in the dark. Remain still. The unfolding is already in motion. You are safe. You are guided. And whatever the truth reveals, it will not break you. It will finally set you free. My child, this is the final part, so listen with stillness and let these words settle gently inside you. There is nothing more you need to chase after this. No more signs to decode. No more nights of questioning your own heart. What you are stepping into now is not suspense, it is resolution. And resolution does not rush. It arrives quietly, like dawn, when the sky has already decided to change color. You have done the hardest part already. You stayed when it would have been easier to harden. You walked away when it would have been easier to beg. You learned when it would have been easier to repeat old patterns. And because of that, you are no longer standing at the mercy of outcomes. You are standing in your own authority. That is why this message ends here, not with fear, not with drama, but with peace. The name that will shock you does not have power over you anymore. The name will not pull you backward. It will simply reveal the truth of what that connection was meant to teach you. When it comes clearly into your awareness, you will not feel panic. You will not feel obsession. You will feel understanding. And understanding is the highest form of closure or union. Both are sacred when they come from truth. If this person is meant to walk beside you, they will arrive without confusion, without secrecy, without half-steps. You will not have to wonder where you stand. You will not have to translate silence. You will not have to dim yourself to keep the connection alive. And if they are not meant to walk beside you, they will fade without pain, without resentment, without unfinished questions. Either way, you are not losing anything. You are gaining alignment. My child, the reason I waited until now to speak this clearly is because you are no longer asking from lack. You are listening from strength. That changes everything. When truth meets strength, it does not wound. It clarifies. It restores. It frees. From this moment forward, release the need to anticipate. Do not look for messages where there are none. Do not replay memories searching for meaning. Meaning has already been given. Your job now is simple. Stay present. Stay honest with yourself. Stay anchored in your worth. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything meant for you. What is aligned is moving toward you naturally. What is not aligned will fall away without resistance. This is how divine order works when a soul has learned its lesson. I am proud of you for choosing growth over comfort. I am proud of you for choosing clarity over illusion. I am proud of you for not letting pain turn you bitter or closed. You did not lose your softness. You protected it with wisdom. That is rare. This chapter closes without noise. Without regret. Without unfinished business. You do not need to announce your healing. Your energy will speak for you. You will walk differently now. You will love differently now. You will choose differently now. Remain calm. Remain grounded. Trust what unfolds next. You are no longer waiting for someone to choose you. You are already chosen. And whatever comes next will meet you where you stand, not where you used to be. This is the end of the message. And the beginning of clarity.